So I'm going to walk you through two big things today. So the first one is an obvious one, an update on what are some of the big things that we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. So new updates within the platform. The second one I think is super important. What is my go-to-market strategy? What am I planning? How am I planning to get the first couple of users and then sort of build on that? And then what the marketing strategy is after that. So let's just dive straight into it. And let me just make that smaller. Okay, so let me just talk about the campaign structure. So this is where, so for example, if you're looking to run a reactivation campaign, we've added the ability in the platform itself to do that. So this is where you'd upload a lead list, very simple and straightforward. Just upload a CSV list and literally you can just browse and that's it. Just upload that and you'll be able to see the entire list in the platform itself. So you can pull all of it and I'll show you that later on as well. So actually, you know what? I'll show that first. So if I want to pull a lead list straight from my CRM, I've connected to Monday. All I have to do is connect here. I've already done that. And then I'll click on that and I'm able to fetch all of these leads from within my platform. So maybe these are dead leads that I've spoken to, but they're never converted. This is where I can set up an AI SDR to reach out to all of these leads and try and convert them into paying clients. Or if I want to run a specific campaign, I can do that as well. So let me just quickly walk you through that, the ability to run a specific campaign. All I have to do is just click on that, give it a name, my reactivation, if I can, if I can spell that. And then the SDR that I've actually built for that specific campaign. I've already picked one. I know it's a really weird name, but let's just go with that. That's the one that I've built for a reactivation campaign. Click on that. Let me just pick these leads, just pick up the file that you've uploaded. Click on that, we've kept it very simple, straightforward. It might be that I don't want to reach out to all of these leads within that specific CSV. So we've added the ability to be able to skip on some leads that you don't want to reach out to. So if I want to skip some leads within that CSV, I can just select those and that's it. And I'll just go with all of them for now. The next one is setting up the schedule. So what times do you want to reach out to these leads? So that, the days of the week, the start date, the end date. What day do we want to start the reactivation campaign? This is where we set all of these up. So let me just say whatever. Okay, whatever that is, it doesn't really matter. Start date, end date, and you don't want to reach out on a Saturday or Sunday, but if you want to, that is available as well. The next one is super important. So how many calls do you want the SDR to make? So for example, you might have like, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 lead lists from your CRM or reactivation campaign. And how many calls do you want to make? How many calls do you want SDR to make rather? Parallel calls, fairly straightforward. And then what do you want to do? So, for example, if someone is busy or there's no answer, what do you want to do? How many times do you want to retry call? I mean, you don't want to call them countless times because that's ridiculous. But obviously, we'll just say 2 times, a maximum attempt. Let's just put 2 over there. And next step is literally just reviewing all of that. And that's it. You just create that campaign. That is what we've been working on very actively for the last couple of weeks, and it's super important. There's a couple of other things that we're working on as part of this, things like following up with specifically. So, for example, if someone doesn't answer the phone, they don't answer on a retry, what happens after that? So, we want the AI SDR to be able to trigger a follow up sequence after that. Another big thing that we're working on is appointments. So, for example, if you or the SDR rather has set an appointment for you, we want the ability to increase the show up rate of your appointment. So, for example, an appointment has been set. We want to send consistent reminders to the attendees so they actually show up to the appointments. That's actually how you increase the show up rate of your appointments. So we don't want to do all of that from a CRM. We want the ability to be able to do that from within the platform itself. That's, you can collect multiple CRMs here. We've obviously added HubSpot for now, Go High Level and Monday, but we will have top 10 CRMs integrated on launch. Okay, let me just give you a little bit of a high level overview of what the structure of this go to market strategy and marketing campaign that I'm working on right now looks like. And then I'll go into the exact details of the exact strategy. So what I'm planning to do initially is work on all of these platforms, on all of these avenues, gather a list of beta access users, qualify these. We don't want to, give access to people that we can't actually help. So we want to qualify these people. Once we've got qualified list of people, then we want to give them beta access and give them access for about 4 weeks. I'll walk through what the benefit is for them and obviously what the benefit is for us when they're actually using the platform. And then based on that, the feedback we gather, we will optimize and scale after that. So let me just walk you through each one of these steps. What are we doing for LinkedIn? Okay, so for LinkedIn, we are doing, the usual. So organic post, we're capturing attention from organic posting on LinkedIn. Another way is send a connection request to ICPs so we can talk to them in the DMs and offer them beta access. Another way, obviously, is using in-mails to offer people beta access to the platform. Paid ads, I'm working on this as we speak, but it's very straightforward. You are looking to get beta access users and running sort of Facebook ads and Meta ads. Sorry, that's the same thing. Running Meta and Instagram ads to get beta signups for the platform. Another one is email marketing. So for email, we are going to reach out to our ICPs and try and get them to sign up for their beta access. YouTube organic, which is what you're watching right now. SEO. So another thing that I've seen a lot of our competitors, and they're not very actively or heavily focusing on, is SEO. And I've been already trying to front load a lot of the SEO work. So we're working on quite a lot of SEO sort of backlinks and keywords that actually work with our platform. So things like AI SDR, AI appointment setters, sales agents. These are the kind of things that I've been working on quite heavily for SEO. So we are not getting any leads right now because that takes a couple of months to kick in, but just wanted to give you an idea of what we are focusing on for that. Okay, so from all of these avenues, the idea is to get enough signups so we can then use those signups, qualify for beta access. Like I said, we can't help everyone, obviously. So we want to make sure that the people that we give beta access to identify as someone that we can help and identify as our ICPs. So what is it that we are doing in terms of qualifying them for beta access? So we're asking them, really simple, straightforward questions. What is their ad spend from ads? What does their monthly recurring revenue look like? How many inbound leads they're getting? What CRMs they're actually using? And sort of like a soft commitment from them. If they get beta access, are they willing to use the platform? And we're not charging them to use the platform, but there's a very small usage, third-party tools, things that we don't own during that beta access. So are they willing to sort of pay that small usage fee if they get access to the beta system? And there's obviously two things that I wanted to cover. So what is the value that I get in terms of providing beta access or giving beta access to these users? And what is the value that anyone that is using the beta access, what is the value that they get out of the beta access? So the obvious one is feedback. So what I'm looking for is feedback from them. So what are the things that actually I can improve on? So product development and product improvement, feedback about the platform itself. Is there things that I should be adding within the platform? Is there things I should be removing from the platform? Things I should be improving on, which is the second point, product improvement. So things that are already within the platform, but things that I can improve on for specific features. And the last one is the most obvious one. So case study. So if we can actually book qualified appointments for our beta users, we can then obviously build on those case studies and reviews and then use that in our marketing campaign and build on that sort of to start scaling. So that's the idea, sort of what value do I get? Sort of be really upfront and open about that because I'm not looking for anything but feedback, product improvement, and case studies, just so we can build on that and then scale the product. What value do they get when they use the beta? So obviously we don't just want them to use them, spend their time and not get any value out of it. So they actually get revenue growth. How do they actually get revenue growth? The way they get revenue growth is by booking qualified appointment, getting an into buying. So as soon as someone shows a buying intent, the AI SDR will book a qualified sales call for them. So this is one of the big things that they will get out of the product itself. They will get a early beta user discount. So it's something that won't be available as soon as the beta access is finished. And a one-to-one support for using the product. So if there's small things they need help with, we will have someone to help them on a one-to-one basis. So after all of this, once we've collected everything, sign up, we've qualified people, sort of explained to you a little bit about, what value do I get, what value do they get. The beta will go live. So I'm looking to provide beta access for about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm saying about 4 weeks because I think that gives us enough data in those 4 weeks about what is it that we need to improve on, some of the features that if we need to include, and build on case studies so we can actually help people during that beta phase. So once that is finished, we can fix all of the issues that we've identified, improve on those, or if there's any new features that we need to add those, and then we can start scaling those. Anything after that, I haven't thought about it so far, but the goal is to improve on the things that we find out during the beta access, and then start scaling after that. So improve on those things, add new features, remove things that are not required, and then we start scaling after that. I'll share a link in the description. If you want to book a call with me, there will be a link in the description for that as well. But if you want access to the beta system, I'll share a link to the Google form, and you can click on that, answer 4 or 5 questions, and then if you're qualified as one of our beta access users, I'll reach out to you myself and we will give you beta access. So stay tuned. If you want access or you want to book an appointment, links are down below in the description. If not, keep watching and I'll share more details next week. See ya.